Alright people, what's going on? So we're just hanging out here in the nitro slash gas slash E-word barn, watching a little bit of John D building his platform there. Pretty cool. I like watching John's videos there. So let's go over this thing real quick, show y'all where I'm at in it, and where I'm going with it, what else is going on. So before we get into that, I want to show y'all something about this Futaba receiver as well. Before we get into that, guys, it's a beautiful day. I think we will, either today or tomorrow, we may do a little bit of nitro. I've been jonesing for some nitro out there, and you know, just do our thing. So we'll get to that here shortly, but probably still gonna do our speed run on this thing. I gotta upload my speed run entry against Nitro Mike there. I believe he's put up one of his already. Y'all go check that out, Nitro Mike's channel. But I think probably this is going to be set up for a speed run. So we may do some bashing with the Techno NT 48.3 with RCR modded LRP. I did swap out the put new Max Life aluminum shoes with the heavy silver springs on there. So this is another engine modded that I hadn't done that to. I was running the gold springs, so we should be able to get some more spool up on that. So we'll check that out. This will probably be the next thing nitro that we bash, either this afternoon or tomorrow. So you'll probably be getting another bashing video. I know you guys are jonesing just as well as much as I am for a little bit of nitro. We'll get that going here. But pretty much this is where I'm at on the Losi build. I actually took my hubs off because I've got some extenders coming, and we'll go over that here in just a second as well. We're also going to have to remove the rear diff and crack it open, take it apart, because we got some goodies coming for it. So this is where I'm at. We got all our endpoints set up. Picked up a brand new 4-channel Futaba receiver for my new 4PLS. Got all of our endpoints set and all that, so we're good to go there. I wanted to show you guys too, I did pick up another one of the ProTech receiver or controller boxes. You know, I got one for my 8X Elite, all my nitro stuff there, and it was only fitting to my 4P PKS super responses in this one, and my 4PLS. This is going to be strictly for all my fifth scale platforms. You know, I got the Roving Baja over there, badass Baja, great platform, man. You know, a lot of people put them down, but you know, just like any other platform, you know, you're gonna have to put some stuff into it, some upgrades and some parts. You're gonna have to work the bugs out. O'Neill Brothers right there, putting out good products as well. So I really like those guys. But anyway, so fifth scale there, fifth scale here. These are not the only two fifth scales that we're going to be doing, guys. We are going to be picking up another fifth scale as well. But as promised, my next platform will be an 8XE speed run truggy. We're going to build an E-word speed run truggy next. And also another trail truck SCX10 axial kit. So let's go over some things here. Oh, this is for you guys that are interested, and you can order these ProTech controller cases with whatever insert. They have all different type of radio inserts that are already pre-cut. So you know, whatever radio you have, Samoa, Futaba, I don't know about Spectrum, I'm not sure, but you can get the actual pre-cut on the foam there. But this is it right here. It's a ProTech transmitter case. Part number is PTK8179-C. Really great. 65 bucks over at A-Main. Radios aren't cheap, people. Protect your investment. Protect your investment. That way you're not just throwing it in the back of the car, or the back of the pickup, or the back seat. Alright guys, so here, 5B, easy build, fun build, great, everything's good to go, but there are some more upgrades coming, and we're going to go over that, as well as another set of tires. I wanted to pick up some of the Hostile Nightmares, or the other ones, the Mad Maxes, but you can't find them anywhere, man. You know, a lot of these things that I want to get, you just can't find. Now, they do, one of my local hobby shops here does have the Duratrax 6-pack SC short course, which basically is the exact same height and width of these stock low-C wheels and tires. You know, but I was trying to find something a little more beefy, a little bit more aggressive, but we may pick those up as well. The only thing is they're not bead locks, and the problem I'm seeing with some of the tires and rims that aren't bead locks is with these full mod reed case engines, they're blowing the tires off the rims. You know, I thought we only had that problem in nitro, but same thing here. So we'll check on that. So what I did here, guys, is I got a battery. I'll show y'all what battery I'm using, but I already ran all my electronics, and I actually, so I don't have to, whenever I need to, you know, replace my switch or take my switch out, I don't want to have to go into all this again, which is just 3 screws, no big deal, but I got everything set up. But I'm using an extension, and man, I was trying to remember the name of the company. I was actually looking for the package it came in. I forget the name of the company. I may think of it before the end of the video, but it's got a locking end on it for the battery lead. So I just ran a lead in here. That way we don't have to mess with any of this. If I ever need to disconnect, I can disconnect from in here without going into here. So it's also heavy duty. I have a heavy duty switch coming. Looking at the Killer RC switch as well. A lot of people are running. I think I saw Elite running that as well. But for now, we're probably just going to be running the low-C heavy duty regular mechanical switch, but we'll change that later on. So you know, I'm running the Vertigo top plate. I did look into the aluminum. I don't remember, was it FID or someone had that aluminum center diff mount and top plate. 145 bucks at DDM, man. That may be one of my next upgrades I do on this. I definitely want to do that. So some things that I have ordered coming. I noticed that there's a little bit of flex in here, so we've got on the way a set of the full force servo clamps coming. It's 12 bucks for 3 servos worth. So 6 pieces, so 6 pieces, both sides of your servo. So I want to do that. I've got them pretty tight in here, but they still move a little bit in here. So with the servo clamps, it has that little ridge in there that sets in between, which will keep them from flexing. I don't know if it'll keep them from flexing 100%, but it will help out at least. So something else that's on the way is I've got a couple of DJI products coming. I have a DGI. That's why this is off. I had it all on. I've got a DGI throttle and brake servo horn coming, aluminum servo horn. I've also got DGI 1-inch wheel extenders that'll be here tomorrow. So we're going to get all that set up on here as well. I was checking out DGI. They have a lot of cool products out there. So, all right. So let's see what else. So we got the extenders. We got the full force servo clamps, the DGI throttle brake servo horn. So I will be taking my rear diff back off. We're going to take it apart because I've got on the way, should be here tomorrow, the next day, the Matt Olson Designs, the mod rear diff inserts. They have the oversized bearing and the larger diff inserts. I figure if I'm going to be running off of if I'm going to be jumping this thing off the Woogie Nitro ramps and all that kind of stuff, if I wasn't doing that, if I was just bashing normal, you know, obviously not racing, anything like that, may or may not be, you know, that essential. But for the amount of beating I do on these things, if y'all seen from the Baja, you know, I don't baby these things. I don't pussyfoot around. We bash to bash, man. We bash hard scale, especially coming off those ramps. I want to have the best and most durable setup here. And I want to give a big shout out to Gary over at Foundry RC. He's the one that first mentioned that to me, along with another upgrade that we will be doing. But not DDM, mod Matt Olson Designs, they carry those. They ship them out really quick. Not cheap, about 65-70 bucks for that upgrade, but well worth it. And the only thing sucks is I got to pull this thing back apart and do all that. So, but you know, all for the cause, man. I love wrenching anyway. So, so what we're running as far as diff fluids, again, shout out Gary, Foundry RC, man. You've always been very kind. You've always helped me out, man. You're a great person. You guys don't know who he is, go check out Foundry RC. His name's Gary, man. He's a great dude. All right, man. So basically I'm running 500K front, rear, center, and front. So 500K across the board. We may switch over to 1 million in the center. We'll see how it puts the power to the ground. And we are going to do a lengthy break-in on this full mod 34cc reed case that I have coming. And I'm still not going to let you guys know exactly who I got it from once it gets here. It takes a couple of weeks. I actually talked to him on the phone today, and you know, he was explaining to me the process and what's going on. They're running a little bit behind right now, but 2 weeks from when I ordered it, I think last Wednesday or Thursday. So it'll be here next week. When it comes, we'll go over it. I'll let you guys check it out. We'll unbox it here on the channel, but it is on the way. It has been done. So we'll see how the 500K works out on this. We also did the full force high flow kit on here. Now it did have a high flow kit on, but I went ahead and just changed it out for the full force ones, and I removed the stock fuel filter. That's what this one is. And we went ahead and replaced it with the Walbro part number 125-528-1. So this is original Walbro part. Went ahead and did that. Also did that in this 5th scale as well. It's running the Walbro. All right, so what else? So just give y'all a rundown of what we got going on this vehicle. So got the fuel system, the fuel clamps. Okay, so stock gearing on this thing is a 20 pinion and a 58 spur. So we're going to leave the 58 spur on, but we are upgrading to the Black Magic 22 tooth pinion gear. So I saw a lot of people, including Elite. Shout out Elite, man. Thank you for all your input as well. Man, I've been really busy, Elite. I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you, but we'll talk soon, man, for sure. But the 2258, people are saying that's pretty much a good sweet spot for all around, bottom, mid, and top. The 20 tooth, the 2058 setup is going to be probably a little bit too torquey. I love my torque, but I want, you know, a good power band throughout. So not just torque. We're going to get out in that football field and we're going to rip this thing open as well. So switching over to the 22 tooth, Black Magic gear there. We are going to be running the stock TLR clutch carrier here, stock what you call it, clutch bell, and we may upgrade this, all that here later on as well. So look forward to that, but we are going to run the stock stuff. Let's see what else. Diff, TGI, Joffer. Okay, so we're going to be running the short stack, the TGN short stack right here, or the DDM short, oh, Uni short stack. And I wanted, man, I'll tell you guys, I wanted to run the Bartolone dome filter, but I don't know where to find them, man. I looked online, couldn't find them anywhere. That's the thing, is I want to run a lot of these Bartolone parts, but they're hard to find, man, you know. So one thing in, you know, a lot of things that DDM carries, I pick up. Now, one thing that I did not know right away, and I'll probably pick these up as well, are the Bartolone skid plates. But and I probably should have ordered those too, and we will order those as well. But for now, you know, we're gonna go ahead and run these Joffer front and rear skid plates. They look really great, you know, but looks don't always protect the best. So we'll see how they do. But we are gonna pick up the Bartolone skid plate chassis protector as well. These are pretty cool, man. I haven't heard anything bad about them. They look great, but I'm more into performance and protection than just looks. Yeah, I want it to look bling bling. I want it to look good, but I want it to be protected. You know, that's why we did the chassis brace here on the Baja, the Scorpion V2 chassis brace there in the front, and it protects this thing well. You know, all the jumps and bashing and cartwheels, everything I've done with this, and have never bent that chassis. So all right, so what else? So that you know, you got to run the outer foam as well as the inner foam, and then the outerwear. That's another thing I forgot to order, which we're going to pick up, is I need to get a pull start cover. I run an outerwear here on the Baja, but I forgot to pick one up for this new engine. But we will be running the outerwears. Theme on this thing for outerwears and things like that is going to be red, kind of going with the body that I painted. This body matches the 8X Elite over there, so paint it the same way. Still got to cut out a few more holes on this thing, and then we're going to have to cut out a hole for the exhaust, because we are running a reed case and the Bartolone V2 velocity stack, aka the glory hole, so that will be going on there as well. They do have these over there at DDM, guys, so pick them up before you can't get them anymore. I should have picked up a couple. I'll probably order another one just to have a spare, because I'm sure this full modded 34 is not going to be the last modded engine that I purchase to run in my platforms. I want to experience all different aspects of this hobby, guys, so that's part of it. Other than that, guys, you know, we'll be putting the dynamite kill switch in. I haven't, a lot of people said go with the Killer Bee, but I have had no problem with the dynamite kill switch here in the Baja, the Rovin stock 36cc. Only upgrades on that one that we have, as you know, we did the billet intake there, and the glory hole that Mr. Bodegel modified for me in one of his videos there. Y'all can go back and check that out on how he modifies the velocity stack, the glory hole for choked carburetors. Now the carburetor we're going to be running on this 34 is going to be a 990. They have another carburetor that works well on those. I think OBR has I think it's a 1248 or something like that. Don't quote me, I don't remember the number, but that's what they recommend on their 34 reed cases. So we'll probably pick one of those up from those guys as well to go on this engine, but we'll start out with the 990. What else? That's about it there. I've yet to hook up my fuel lines yet. I want to get my engine installed. You know that I am running the Bartolone in bleed right here, bad to the bone pipe. Now I did get a email from DDM. Apparently they're sending out, so you guys that are ordering these, you probably got the email as well, that bracket is the wrong bracket. It's facing the wrong way, so they're emailing out for free the proper brackets on those. Just a heads up, if you're getting a reed case and you're going to run this Bartolome in blade pipe, you're going to need that other bracket, but they'll send it to you for free. So battery that we're running the Reaction 2S 15C, 5200 milliamps, so good run time. Probably end up picking up the Killer RC lipo they have is a 70, I think 72 or 7700 milliamps, something like that, for even more run time. But you know, I run the 5000 milliamp nickel metal hydrate in the Baja, and it does okay. Usually stands the test of my bash time when I'm out there, and that's all I really need. But we went ahead and went with this lipo here. I hate running lipos in my platforms. Really don't like to do it. I don't mind tearing up a bump box or even a radio, man, you know, but I'm not even running lipos in my radio. We run Lifeys in our radios, but I hate putting these in our platforms, man, because too much money invested in this, man. These platforms and the engines, everything goes along with it. It's not cheap, man. My son bought a Miata drift car a couple of weeks ago, and this platform, engine, everything inclusive, cost more than that Miata that he got. Now granted, it's an older Miata and it needs a little bit of work, but this platform cost more than the Miata he bought for his that he's going to set up for drifting. So that'll tell you, man, a little $70-$80 battery can take this thing out. But I'm having a hard time finding a Lifey battery for this with enough milliamps, you know, and size to fit in here. So if you guys have any you know, and a lot of guys give me comments on things that I could use, but a lot of those things are discontinued. You can't find them. So if you know of something that I can get right now and have it sent to me, please let me know. As far as a Lifey battery, I'd much rather run a Lifey battery in my platforms. But for now, that's going to be it. Flying by the seat of our pants, people. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, I keep checking my phone, guys. I'm still on call. I'm still working. It is slowing up a little bit. Getting into the end of January and February. It's not going to be as hectic. But come March, mid-March, into March, it's going to take off again. So let me see if I can zoom in on this. You guys that have Futaba radios and receivers, if you remember, I had to replace, that's why I ended up buying the new 4PLS and getting the extra receiver and running my fifth scales. Otherwise, if this wouldn't have happened, I'd probably be just buying more receivers and running everything off of my 4PKS. my super response 4PK. But what I found out afterwards is that you can actually replace these antennas. So if you look really close here, you'll see, let's see if I can get in there. See that little area right there? See if it'll focus. I don't think it's going to focus. But right there, the antenna actually snaps on right there. So if you tear your antenna or you've damaged it, see the little connector right there? See that? They just snap in there. So you can go online and you can order replacement antennas. I ordered 2 of these, and I'm going to replace this so I will have a spare Futaba receiver. These Futaba receivers are not cheap, man. This 4-channel that I put in here was 80 bucks, man. 80 bucks for that receiver. But Futaba, guys, is a great radio. Only radios I've run are your standard RTRs. I've had several Spectrum DX5Cs, DX3, you know, DX2, all those Spectrum DX models. I never had a 6, but and Spectrum's okay, you know, if just standard, you know, entry level, things like that. It works. It'll do the job. I never had any problem with my Spectrum, but tell you what, man, the response is what you're looking for. You know, the response in the steering, the throttle, the brake, everything about the Futaba, man, to me is kick-ass. I love my Futaba radios. I will never change until something better comes along. And there's that dome filter. I want to get one of those dome filters instead of this, but we'll use this to start out with. It's a short stack. It'll do the trick. It's just limited on the airflow coming through. You know, I'd rather have something open. I mean, I guess I could probably even use this uni filter here if I wanted to, but that bad boy's going to stick way out, man. We don't want it sticking that far out, so that's why we'll end up using this short stack instead until we can get one of those Bartolome dome filters. So anyway, that's the deal on the Futaba, guys. Kick ass. Here's the Joffer, I think that's how you say it, Joffer USA. That's the item there. Front and rear skid plates, part number TLR020BK from good old DDM, man. Shout out Steve, DDM, man. I appreciate you guys, everything that y'all do for me and my channel, man. I appreciate that. So a lot of people have been making great comments on my channel, guys, and you know, I appreciate that. Take everybody's advice, man, but I just want to give some shout outs here. You guys know I don't really do shout outs on my channel anymore. Sometimes they bite you in the ass, but here we go, man. RC Ohio, Todd, man, thanks for all your input, guy. You've always given me great input on, you know, things that I'm doing on my fifth scale stuff. Badass, brother. Thank you, Todd. Nitro and Gas, man, a newer subscriber of mine, I think, but always positive feedback. Of course, my brother, my friend, Ronan, you know, we communicate a lot, not as much lately, but, you know, Ronan always got something, always got that 2 cents to put in, man. I appreciate you, Ronan, man. Jersey Jason, always giving me good advice, man. 1/5 Scale Garage, shout out, brother. Shout out Lewis over at Smith RC, man. I appreciate you, Lewis. You're here in Texas and Houston. I'm always watching your 5T stuff and your Bartolome engines and all that, man. Shout out Big John D, man. I've been watching a lot more Big John D. You know, he's always got good stuff, man. Y'all go check out his channel, Big John D. All gas, man. I think he showed an E-word, an SCX trail truck or something like that. Gary over at Foundry RC, always been steadfast, always hooked me up with good advice, giving me positive encouragement. Guy that, you know, got me connected with Mr. Bodegel, man. Shout out Foundry RC, shout out Gary, shout out Elite RC. You know, appreciate everything you do. Again, man, we'll get together on the phone or texting or message or something like that. I do have some questions I want to go over with you, brother. Shout out Elite RC, badass channel. Go check him out. Ken Walters, man, Ken Walters. Appreciate all your positive encouragement there, brother. One special shout out, man. Blue Groove Model Sports, man. My brother from Texas. There you go, bro. Shout out Blue Groove Model Sports, man. Appreciate all the insight, all the positive comments and information, man. This fifth scale, I'll tell y'all people, a lot of this fifth scale stuff, man, I've learned a lot, yeah, from YouTube and research and all that kind of stuff. But all these people that I'm mentioning, man, I'm mentioning them for a reason, man, because they're positive supporters, man. And that's what this hobby needs, is positive supporters, man. All right, Brap Nation, same thing, man. Brap Nation, check it out, man. Appreciate all the positive encouragement, all the information that you threw out there. Just Joe, man. Just Joe has been a subscriber of mine for a while. Same thing. Always positive reinforcements, man. No negativity. All these people, man, all positive, not negative. Not negative Nellies out there, man. Always pushing the hobby, man. That's what we need out there. Just Joe, I appreciate you, brother. Joe's fifth scale, same thing, man. Same boat, positive reinforcements. Great for the hobby, man. Oh yeah, and we can't forget can't forget my old nemesis, man. Shout out Muggy Maniac. Appreciate you, Muggy, man. Let's get that engine. Let's get that engine for your fifth scale, for your 5B. You know, you're one of the reasons that I did this, brother, and I appreciate that. But I want to see what you're going to drop in yours. You know what's coming in mine. You just don't know the brand yet. It is a 34cc full mod reed case, and we're trying to beef this up to accommodate that. I think one of the main things is those mod rear diff inserts, man. That's as Gary said from Foundry, that's a must. So that's what I did. Also, my DDM badass skull cap. You guys know when you do these caps, take the rubber insert here, I forget what they call that, actuator or something, take that out of the old one and make sure you put it in here. You need that in there. It'll tell you in the instructions. And also something that John had taught us all a while back. It's where I learned it from. I'm sure it's been done for years, but just kind of wallowed this vent hole out a little bit. I'm not running another vent because this is vented here, but we're just going to run the lines. We're just going to run the lines as is. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it, man. I just wanted to go over everything. We will have I don't want to run the Baja. I love that Baja, people. Don't get this twisted, man. This, yes, is much more quality as far as, you know, the low C5B, man. It's the shit. This thing will jump, it will fly, it will bash, it will race, it'll do everything you want to do. And it was a kit. I got to build it, man. But this is what I cut my teeth on. This is what I learned about fifth scale on right here. And I love this Baja, man. I will never get rid of this. This thing is badass. I worked out all the bugs, all the issues. We fixed everything from the fast lane dog bones to the titanium pins to the steel spur, upgraded the rear diff transmission mount or clutch mount right here, the aluminum one that kept breaking. The Victory RC pipe, no regrets on that. Badass. The glory hole from John. You know, also shout out to Track Day Hobbies, Ray and Marcia, man. They've also supported this hobby and pushed this hobby and been a part of it, man. Shout out Ray and Marcia, Track Day Hobbies, man. Hope y'all are doing good. Other than that, guys, man, I think that's about it, man. Look for a ripping video nitro here in the next day or two. And remember, people, remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't let nobody spend your money for you. And enjoy the hobby in whatever aspect, whether it's E-word, gas, nitro, trail truck. I love that, man. Y'all check out the South Texas snow ride I did with this, man. It doesn't always snow in Texas. It does every now and then, but that was a lot of snow coming down that day, man. That was fun as hell. And that's why I bought this, man, for days that are gloomy and rainy or muddy and I can't do anything else. You know, that's what this is for. And it proved its point. You know, it was worth buying this, and it's going to be worth buying a couple of more of them. I do want to get all the TRX4 lines and dabble in some other axial stuff as well. So, trying to think if that was it. Yeah, I think so, man. Let's see if there's anything else. We got the Walboro filter, Vertigo, the DGI stuff coming. Yeah, I think that's it. There are some other upgrades we're going to do to this thing, but you know, at this point right now, we've pretty much got everything we need. Besides maybe this aluminum center diff mount and top plate. That's something I want to do pretty soon. Everything else, man, this thing should be good to go. So once we get the engine in, hopefully next week sometime, we'll unbox it. We'll have all these parts installed on it, and we'll do a first fire, man. We're going to do a real break-in on this. You know, you put this kind of money into an engine, you know, I think I paid somewhere around $700 for the engine that I'm getting. You know, that's a lot of change, man. That's a lot of badunky dank, man. You know, you got to do it the right way, man. And I did it the right way on this roving stock 36cc. We did the break-in that I saw Mr. Bodegel do time and time and time again on that. And this engine runs strong as hell. I beat the crap out of it. I've run it lean and mean, and it still fires right up. That's another thing, guys. I'm gonna be running nothing but ethanol-free VP race fuel and Dominator oil in my new engine. That's all I run in all my engines, and that's what we'll continue to run them at. We've run this from day one, 28-1 Dominator C9. It's never had ethanol run through it, ethanol free. So that's what we'll continue to do. All right, guys, that's going to be about it. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Peace.